for joining me. We are going to do a nice, gentle workout that everybody can enjoy. Although I am going to put some exercises and some stretches in to specifically work on some piriformis problems. I have a buddy who is having a little challenge with that, so this one's for you and for everybody else who wants to enjoy it. Today I am going to work with a band. It doesn't matter if you have the long one that's just a strap, we will work that way, or the little loopy loop one. Whatever you have works, and if you don't have one, that's okay too. You don't need one. You can do this without the band completely. The band just adds a little extra resistance and fun. And that would be my version of fun. So grab your band, grab your mat, or don't grab your band if you don't have one, and let's make our way right down to the mat. Take your time. Right, for now we're just gonna set our bands right down on next to us. We don't need them quite yet. Make your way all the way down onto the floor, onto your back. Arms are down by your side. Feet are hip width apart, and I want you to wiggle around just a little bit with those fingers, your toes. See if you can just settle yourself right into the mat. And then I want you to start by rocking your hips. Pull your lower back into the mat and then reach your tailbone long and away from you like you're sticking your butt out. And pull your lower back into the mat and then stick your rear end out. So you're just gonna start getting your spine moving, rocking those hips away from you and then pulling that lower back into the mat and then rocking it away. Once you get this movement started, I want you to see if you can take your rear end out of it. So you're not using your glute muscles right now. You're moving from your abdominal muscles, just starting to get your lower back and those vertebrae in your lower back moving. Turn those abdominals on, nice and gentle. Your arms are just down by your side, hanging out for now. Let's do one more time. Reach that tailbone away from you and then settle back into the middle here. Now I do want you to press your arms into the mat. Open your chest and shoulders up. Make sure you have pressure on your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. And I want you to have energy between your knees, not together, but have a little space between them, but a little energy there like you're hugging a pillow. And from here, inhale into your rib cage. And on the exhale, rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the ceiling with those hips, pressing those arms into the mat. Reach your head long in one direction, your knees in the other direction, and inhale. And exhale, articulate down, one vertebra at a time. And taking your time, getting each part of your spine moving on its own, uncurling completely at the bottom. Your back bottom rib stays down right here. Inhale into your ribs. And exhale, rock your hips. Pull your lower back into the mat. Peel and curl all the way up. Hold here at the top for an inhale. And exhale, coming all the way down. Take your time. I want you to be moving through your back and your spine. If there's any creaky bits, is there any slow bits, really make it move independently, getting all the blood flowing through all of those vertebrae. Hold it at the bottom, inhale, and exhale, rock your hips. No butt right here, all abs, get that initial rock, and then peel and curl, lift it up. Hold it here, inhale, and exhale, coming all the way down. And we're gonna do one more right here. Inhale, on the exhale, rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the top. I want you to feel how the back of your body is a little bit activated, opening up the front. Rib cage is tucked in, hips are tucked. Hold and articulate all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. And from here, I want you to inhale. On the exhale, float that right leg up to tabletop. And I just want you to keep your knee at 90 degrees. You're gonna be hinging from your hip, and you're gonna tap that toe down and bring it right back up. And tap it down and bring it up. So my knee isn't moving. I'm just hinging straight from my hip. That knee stays at 90 degrees. So make sure you got that going on. And I want you to be using your abdominals to pull that knee all the way back up to tabletop with a nice breath. Inhale as you tap down, exhale pulls it up. One more time. and then float that right foot down to the mat, and left foot floats up to tabletop. Same thing, you're gonna tap that toe down and bring it right back up, and tap, and bring it up. Arms are still reaching down by your side, your neck is nice and long, rib cage is pressed into the mat, and you're using those abdominals to pull that knee up. One more time, we're gonna hold it up at the top. Inhale, on the exhale, right leg comes up to tabletop, and you're gonna tap that right toe down on the mat and bring it up, and left, and bring it up, and tap. And now with both legs up, you're gonna feel all that pressure right in your abdominals. I want you to imagine you have a seat belt low across your hips, keeping it steady, and tap, and tap, and tap. Let's do 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Right foot is gonna float quietly down to the mat. Left foot is gonna float quietly down to the mat. And I just want you to let your knees rock side to side. Nice and gentle. No real rhyme or reason. I'm not even gonna give you a breath pattern. Just a gentle sway back and forth. And then I'm gonna have you just let your knees flop right over to the right. I want you to put pressure on that left foot and push that hip forward and up and get a stretch all through the front of that left hip there. And just enjoy the yumminess of this, because it feels good to open up those hips. We do so much in life that closes us off and takes us forward, and it feels good to just open it up. Come back down, let those knees come over, flop over to the left side, put pressure on that right foot, push that hip forward, and really get that stretch all along that right hip. I'm even feeling it go right into my quads. And inhale, and just exhale, because it feels good. And then come back to the center. From here, right leg comes up to tabletop, and left leg comes up to tabletop. Glue your knees together nice and tight. Hands come up to the ceiling, palms face each other. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Reach your arms all the way, your fingertips over to the other side of the room. Hands come up, and head comes down. And head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hands come up, and head comes down. We're doing 2 more. Head, neck, and chest lifts up. Hands come up, head comes down. One more time, head, neck, and chest lifts, hands come up, head comes down, palms are gonna face each other, and I just want you to let your hands open up all the way onto the ground, palms face up to the ceiling. Keep your knees glued nice and tight together. Don't let them shift, don't let them shimmy. I want you to pick your left hip up to float your knees over to the right. Your shoulders stay quiet on the mat, so it's not a huge move. Use the left side of your waist and pull it back to center. And take it to the other side. Pick that right hip up to float it over to the left. Use the right side of your waist, pull it back to center. And pick that left hip up, float over to the right, and pull it back to center. And take it over to the left. Shoulders are quiet. That right shoulder is nice and quiet on the mat. Actually, both shoulders are quiet on the mat, no matter what side your knees are going to. It should look like you're just lying around on the floor if you were to look from your waist up. So nice and steady, just moving right through your waist, getting that spine twisting. One more time to the right, and pull it back to center. And one more time to the left. Right side of your waist pulls it back to center. Right foot comes quiet on the mat. Left foot comes quiet on the mat. From here, I'm gonna have you turn onto your side, push yourself all the way up to sitting. Sit up on the mat. Reach your arms out in front of you, and you're going to slowly, with control, lower all the way down to the mat. And hands come up to the ceiling. From here, I'm going to have you turn right on your side again. Push yourself up all the way to sitting. Reach those legs out, arms reach out, and lower all the way down. We're doing a roll-ups. This is a modification. If you don't need to sit up from rolling on your side, you can roll straight up from right here, but follow me if you'd like. I'm gonna roll on my side, push it all the way up, and sit down, legs go out. This is gonna be just starting to build that positive muscle pattern in the right direction, taking your time, going nice and slow. Don't flop down here, take your time, and lower all the way down. We're gonna do 2 more. Turn on your side, sit all the way up. Legs go out, arms reach out. If If you need more modification, you can grab your legs if you need a little more help to control it and go nice and slow and round it down. One more time, sitting all the way up. Legs are out flat, sitting right on that rear, arms reach out, chest is open, and slowly taking it all the way down. Control, control, control. Good, and just because we need to be sitting up, you get to turn on your side and sit up one more time or roll up, your choice. And we are going to grab the mat, or the bands. So, since I know my buddy has the strip kind, we're going to use that. So, either way, whatever you have, I want you to tie the strip above your knee or place the rubber band one on the top of your knees. I'm going to put a little knot here just to make it nice and tight. And my band is somewhat old and getting decrepit, so it might break. We'll see if that happens. I'll just switch if it does. And then we're going to make ourselves shimmy all the way down onto your side. From here, I'm lying on my bicep like it's a little pillow. My knees are bent, and my feet are in line with my tailbone. And I want your head back so you're looking at me so it's even in line with your spine. From here, feet stay together, and I just want you to open that top knee up and lower it down. And open it up. Good old clamshells, here we come, and lower down. Now it's resistance to get your knee open. Control it as you lower your knee down. So it's not a lift and then just sack of potatoes drop. So I'm controlling it on the way up, showing that band who's boss by lowering it down with control. Your hips stay stacked. They're going to want to open up a little bit to compensate. You get to keep those hips stacked using those external rotators in your hip. And I want you to see if you can open it and open it just a little more and then lower it down. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to hold it at the top, and you're going to give me little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lower it down. And you know what? We're not done. Sorry. So we're going to go back to those slow ones. Open and lower it down. And open and lower it down. I can already feel my hips starting to work here. If you can feel it, that's good. That's building the strength in those external rotators in your hip. And that is very important to keep your body happy and functional for so many reasons. And I'm a horrible counter, so we're doing 8-ish slow ones. I'm going to say that's maybe 8-ish. Hold it at the top and give me a little pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I know you're going to curse me. We're going to do a little half set. So we're going to do 4 slow. Open and close. And I will promise to not lose count on 4. Although I probably shouldn't promise that because that might even be beyond me and my attention span. But this is 2. Here we go. One more time. Hold it up at the top and give me little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Go ahead. Curse me if you need to. Let it out. Give yourself a little punch in that hip that just worked hard. That's good. You can almost smell the burning muscle. All right. I want you to sit yourself up. You can just turn over if you want, but I just want to stay facing you. So I'm going to sit myself up, flip myself right over to the other side. Lying all the way down, once again, on my bicep like it's a little pillow. My knees are bent. My feet are in line with my tailbone, and my hips are stacked, and they're going to stay stacked. And that top knee is going to open and slowly lower down. And lift and lower down. And now that you know where we're going with this, the numbers and all, just settle in, because here we go. Because both sides get to be even. And as always with my counting, they're even-ish. So you got that going for you. So your hips have such a lot of work to do. They get to have the challenging job of staying strong, get flexible. So they have a lot of different hats to play. Hold it up at the top and give me a little pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, lowering it down, going back to those slow ones. Bring it up and nice and controlled as you lower it down. And bring it up and lower down. and lift, and lift. And working on these muscles in your hips not only helps you have a cute rear end, helps you stay walking, stay lifted, stay sitting up straight. Just has all sorts of good reasons to be strengthening your hips, keeping them functional, keeping them happy. And I know that piriformis syndrome can be so painful, so let's do the best we can to get ourselves worked out of that. All right, hold it up at the top and little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lower it down, and last set for 4, open and slowly lower down, and 3, and 2, and last one, hold it at the top, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, lower it all the way down. Whew, that warmed me right up all around. Goodness gracious. All right, from there, I'm just gonna have you take that band right off your knees. We will be done with it for today. And I'm gonna have you flip right over onto your back. Your feet are gonna be flat on the mat. And I want you to put your right ankle on your left knee. And I want you to float your left leg up to tabletop. Wrap your hands around that left thigh. And then I want you to use your elbow just to gently encourage your knee open a little bit more. Sorry, your right elbow. I can't keep my right and left straight. And float your whole legs over to the left, just enough so you feel a nice good stretch. Go right into this right hip. That's where we're aiming. And since we're here, go ahead and add some ankle circles, just because we can. I'm still rehabbing a dog walking ankle rolling incident of January. Goodness gracious. So it feels good to roll my ankles around, switch directions with your ankles. Getting that stretch, breathing into it. Hold it right there. Float that left leg down to the mat. Continue crossing your right leg all the way over your left leg. Grab a hold of that knee with your opposite hand and twist it across your body. Let that right arm come off to the side. And just enjoy that full spine twist. And inhale. And exhale. And feel yourself just relax into that twist. On the next exhale, pull that leg back to center. You're gonna unwind your legs completely. You're gonna wiggle yourself out back to a neutral position. And then bring that left ankle onto your right knee. Float that right leg up to tabletop. Wrap your hands around your right thigh. And once again, just nudge your left knee open with your left elbow. Just putting pressure, getting that stretch through your hip. And then I want you to float over to the right a little bit. And feel that stretch. Go right into that hip on that left side. And breathe into it. Try not to fight it. Find a nice, just go to your happy place. I'm going to tell you that right there. Inhale. And exhale. I feel like this is my happy place. A nice place, nice little workout mat, pretty little environment, place to just exhale a little bit. Can't be beat. And then add a rotation with your ankles if you would like to. All right, float that right leg down. Continue crossing that left leg all the way over. Grab a hold of that knee with your right hand and cross it over your body. Let that left hand go out in the opposite direction and inhale. And as you exhale into this, just feel that twist right through your spine. I want you to imagine you're wringing your lungs out. Just exhale all, just into that. Find your inner noodle as you just let yourself stretch. On the next exhale, you're going to pull those knees back to center. Right leg is going to come into tabletop. Left leg is going to come into tabletop. Head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Grab the backs of your legs. Push your legs into your hands to roll all the way up. Take your time. You might need to take a couple goes at it. And then slowly make your way onto your hands and knees. I'm going to have my hands right underneath my shoulders. My knees are right underneath my hips. Back of my head and neck is going to start lifted to the ceiling. And then I want you to tuck your tail, looking into your belly button. Lower back reaches up to the ceiling. And then uncurl. And chest opens up. Look forward. And tuck your tail. Look into your belly button. And uncurl. And extend. And tuck, and uncurl, and tuck. And last one, extend, come back to the middle, and from here, right arm reaches over your head like you're shaking somebody's hand. Left leg is going to slide out behind you and lift right up from there. And you're going to bring your elbow and knee in. They're going to touch. Take the time and make them touch. And reach it right back out. And bring it in, touch, nice and controlled. And reach it out there long. Getting a little balance here, a little contraction as we touch, and that lovely extension as we lift. Let's do 2 more. And reach it long. This last one, we're gonna hold it just to add the extra little balance there. Get that elbow and knee to actually touch. It takes a little extra ab contraction to do it. I like that kind of intentional movement. Reach that leg long, float that hand down and that knee down, and let's do the other side, because of course we have to do the other side. So left hand reaches over your head. Right leg slides out and lifts up behind you. Once again, elbow and knee come in, they actually touch. And reach. Yeah, I'm not kidding when I say bring them into the center. They need to touch. They get to have a little kiss. Mwah! And reach it long. And bring it in. And reach. And bring it in. And reach. For this last one, bring it in and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Reach that arm and leg long. Float that arm and leg down to the mat. Sit back on those feet. And with that, I want to say thank you for joining me. I will be doing some more along the lines to help you out with that piriformis syndrome. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. There's more on the way, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.